Raiders of the Lost Stone. The fifth and last stone of finitude lay hidden deep in the underground. But Talia and the digging evil weren't the only ones stretching their greedy claws out for it, for the dwarf queen Brynhild was extremely interested in it herself.
Time to get my wee machine going here and get me that last trinket before that dark elf lass grabs it.
That stupid dwarf again. This is slowly turning into a running non-gag. But okay, let's cut it short. These incredibly long intro and outro sequences are gonna drive people crazy. Narrator, what do I have to do?
Now that's such a direct question. Talia had to reach the Stone of Finitude before the Dwarf Queen could grab it. The latter had procured a modern mining machine.
Oi! What's wrong now? What's wrong with the damn thing now? Hello? Maintenance? The drill isn't working. What? Yeah! I already tried turning it off and on, you jokers! Oh, wait a minute. I was wrong. It was just the plug that was loose. Someone must have unplugged it while cleaning. Okay, not another word about it. Let's move on.
Well, you see, the dwarves had a powerful drill. Now, where were we?
Okay, all right. I think I know what to do. We dig out the stone. Consider it done.
I'm getting the feeling you're out to take my job right now.
Let's go, creatures. Get those pickaxes ready. Dig your way to the stone and refill my cocktail glass.
The horrible evil's smartest little snots had got together and determined the fastest way to the Stone of Finitude. However, it led through both stone and greystone, which necessitated some important little snot research. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. The dwarves' drill had already travelled a quarter of the way to the Stone of Finitude. A dwarven base in the underground is undergoing further expansion. Your army has just decreased in size due to...
Oi, lads! What are you lot doing still lurking around here? The underground is crawling with creatures whose skulls make great tankards. Now get to it!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
The drill's energy dropped to an alarmingly low level. With so little energy, it made very, very slow progress. The digging evil had dug up some dwarves. These protected an ancient relic of the recently deceased Dwarf King Grimly. If Talia and the experimenting evil got their hands on it, they could use it to briefly make the underground visible.
That sounds incredibly practical. I hope we can take that thing with us into the next missions when we're done.
Unfortunately, it was impossible to move because it was powered by dark matter, which was so heavy that no one could lift it.
That was clear. Whatever. Onward, creatures! Beat the dwarves to a pulp! Grab that thing and read the user manual so I don't have to.
Oi! What's wrong with this thing now? We're out of bloody energy! Lads, did one of you unplug the charging cord from my drill so you could charge a damn radio? Oi! I need an energy shipment here, lads. And I mean, as of yesterday. So get your arses in gear!
While that stupid dwarf bitch is busy whining, we can just head on over and pick up the Stone of Finitude. Forward, creatures! Dig those rocks, dig those tunnels, and collect dwarf beards as trophies.
The dwarven relic from King Grimly was now in the clutches of Talia and the conscienceless evil. From now on, it would be possible for them to lift the veil of darkness in the dungeon for a short time. The exposing evil used the ancient dwarven relic and made an area of the underground visible. Who knows what might lie hidden there? The little snot-wasting evil had its workers digging brimstone. With a bada-boom, bada-bang, the rock vanished and set off a chain reaction. You've dug into a spider room.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Rarely researching evil had instructed its little snots to dig through rock. Unfortunately, the corresponding research into improved tools had not yet been carried out, so the little workers could only stare sorrowfully into the air. The glorious evil had used research to improve its little snots' tools. These could now effortlessly dig through stone and rock. With a diabolical grin, the cruel evil instructed its little snots to dig up Greystone, even though it had not yet improved their tools appropriately through research. Now, it delighted in the whimpering and wailing of its pathetic workers. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
Oi! Where's my energy resupply, lads? This great bloody drill is lay fitted with a hand crank.
Your little snots have dug up a spider.
Come on, come on, come on! We can't let a few stubby-legged dwarves snatch the Stone of Finitude out from under us. Onward, you lazy little snots! Ignore your needs and... Oh, wait. Snots don't even have needs. Whoops.
Your little snow relic revealed another area in the dungeon. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Your little snots have dug into a spider nest. An artifact had been stored and was now manifesting its powers. An artifact was no longer properly stored. The absolute evil could no longer use its powers. A few manivores have appeared in your dungeon. Talia and the lethargic evil had let one of the energy shipments reach the Dwarven Drill. Bursting with energy, it now worked even faster.
That won't happen again. Come on, creatures. Breaking stuff is our thing. Let's start with the jam energy shipments.
Oi! Finally! Time to dig me way through this stuff down here. Off you go, Drill!
The Dwarven Drill was once again charged with energy and made its way towards the Stone of Finitude. Another energy ship.
Oi! What was that? Did I run over another ogre? Damn blind spot.
You have lost a creature forever. dwarves' drill unceasingly neared the stone of finitude. By now, it had already covered more than half the distance.
Payday! The dungeon heart is being attacked.
Stupid race. It would be much easier if we just went over to the dwarves, punched them in the head, and then stood over them.
Manivores have appeared in your dungeon. You've dug into a spider room. An artifact was no longer properly stored. The absolute evil could no longer use its powers. Talia and the lethargic evil had let one of the energy shipments reach the dwarven drill. Bursting with energy, it now worked even faster.
That won't happen again. Come on, creatures. Breaking stuff is our thing. Let's start with the damn energy shipments.
Oi, finally! Time to take me way through this stuff down there. Off you go, Drill!
The dwarven drill was once again charged with energy and made its way towards the Stone of Finitude. Your enemies are in the dungeon. Another energy...
Oi! What was that? Did I run over another ogre? Damn blind spot.
carnivores, the dwarves drill unceasingly neared the stone of finitude. By now, it had already covered more than half the distance. Ran out of power and stopped working. One of your creatures has died.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
several energy shipments set out to fill the drill. A gold vein is almost exhausted. Payday! The researching evil had improved the Little Snot's tools. Henceforth, they would even be able to dig through Greystone. A new area of the dungeon has been discovered. Area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
No! I'll be back.
Another energy shipment had reached the dwarves' grill. Another energy shipment had reached the dwarves' grill. Another energy shipment had reached the dwarves' grill.
Nothing can stop me.
A dwarven base in the underground is undergoing further expansion. Enemies are in the dungeon.
Oi! Can't that drill speed up a bit? I'm getting the feeling that things would go faster if I went at the rock with my teeth.
Take that, you worm!
The dwarf's drill was already outrageously close to the Stone of Finitude. The sluggish evil would now have to act urgently if it wanted to reach its destination before the dwarves. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon. A gold vein has been mined out. Several energy shipments set out to fill the drill.
There we have it. Finally, I have seen all 7 dragon Nonsense. 5 infinity stones of finitude.
Psst, we don't want to get sued again. Anyway, Talia and the Happy Evil now had all 5 stones of finitude. This brought them one big colossal step closer to Tenos's destruction.
Exactly. Now we just quickly insert them into the gauntlet and then we can get this show started. Somehow I lost the spear I was going to put Tanos's head on along the way. Oh well, but I think I'll just make a new one.